I'm going to sneeze. Oh.
Hello.
No, stop waking up and the most inconvenient times. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with looking at my 2021 goals. I'm a little scared. So I honestly don't even remember what most of these are. And the one I can remember, don't remember fondly. So this is gonna be an adventure of a video, but I usually do this video about this time where I look back on the goals that I set at the very, very beginning of the year and see how I did. So I do have my husband's phone here, so I'm gonna pull up that video and see what it is that I said I was gonna do. Honestly, I don't remember, like I said, really any of them, and I haven't looked at this video maybe since I made it. I might have looked at it a couple of times since then, but yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. So let me screen record this and I'll plop it up, or fun editing Kelsey will do something fun. And then let's just see what we did. I'm gonna get rid of that pillow because it's always in my way. I don't know what we're getting into. It's just gonna be a very chill, relaxed video. I'll leave my original one, like the one I'm reacting to, down below and up above if you want to see it in its fullness, but it's a relatively short video. Like, it's only 8 minutes long, and I haven't done a really short video like that in quite a while. So, I'm a little nervous, but let's just see what's gonna happen. Oh my. All right, here we go. Let's turn up the volume. Everybody, my name is Kelsey, and we are about to get very, very nerdy with a brand new year. Reads reading goal. I'm going to set this to 80 books. So we're not at the end of the year quite yet, but I've reached well over like 100. I want to say 120 books. I'll pop up the actual number. Well, it's not the end of the year yet, so I won't really know. I don't know quite where I am. Like, it's not quite the end of the year yet, but I am well over 100 books, which is well over 80. So that was kind of the goal I had in the back of my mind, but I set it to 80 just to give myself a break, because the year before I did a lot of reading, but that was because mostly with COVID, and also I was unemployed at the time, and so I had a lot of free time to read, whereas this past year I was not I actually had a job, and so I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but I have been reading like crazy. So yeah, check for that. One goal complete. I did read over 80 books. The next one are the books that I'm planning on reading this year. I have specific books that I want to read. I did 2 videos. I did not do this. I don't even know, like, I don't have my list in front of me, but I think I did a lot of starts and stops. Like, there's quite a few books that I ended up starting, but like I put on pause because I ran out of time or just wasn't interested in it. Like, for example, The Au Pair I started, but like I have not really wanted to pick it up since, so I'm honestly thinking about unhauling that book. And then there's a few that I just didn't get to, but most of them, except for like 2, I think that I didn't get to, I'm gonna end up unhauling, just because, like, for example, I've got one right here. I'll show you. I have The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich that I put on like multiple lists for like the past 2 years to read that year, and I haven't done it. And while like I think the story is interesting, I don't know, there's just something that like I'm never interested in it. So like this one, I'm gonna end up unhauling just because like I've had it for so long and I don't think I'm actually gonna get around to it. But yeah, I'd give myself like an 80 at this, because I did read most of the books, but there's at least 2 on each of the lists, both my list of standalones and my list of series continuations, that I didn't even give a chance to. I think there's only 1 on my series continuation, and that was actually There's Something About Sweetie by Sandia Menon, and I feel like that's a good summer book, so I might try that again in the summer. But yeah, no, that one's a no. I did decently at it, but not not great. So, that's a no. That's a no! I'm more interested in the sequels and series continuations than I am the standalones, just because I'm really bad at continuing series. So those are kind of like my list of books that I want to read in 2021, like the specific books. I did TBR jars in 2020, which was really great. I had just a list of 12 books, and 2019, which worked really, really well. So this year I'm kind of combining the two by having two specific lists, but hoping to get to all of them this year, which I think is pretty attainable because reading 24 books in the entire year, as long as I have 2 books a month, it should have been, but it wasn't, will be super, super easy to get to. So those are my kind of like specific books that I want to get to in 2021. The next goal is something different that I've never done on my channel before, but I've really, really wanted to do it, and that is themed reading vlogs. Okay, so all of a sudden the light has gone away. Hold on. So, hope that's better. The sun is starting to go down. I did do this. I did quite a few themed reading vlogs, and I even started a new kind of reading vlog series on this channel in the fall. So I did like, I'll see if I can leave as many as I could think of down below, but I'm really proud of how this one was, because I did, you know, like there's my normal like readathon reading vlog, but then I did a video that was all about books that are some people's 2021 favorites, like some booktubers that I really enjoy, and then also like reading books out of my, like reading hyped books out of my comfort zone. I did that, and then I did start kind of like the booktube made me series, which I'm hoping to continue. I have plans to continue it at least 2 to 3 times next week, or next month, next week, next month, if not more, and that's basically just reading books that I have been interested in because of a specific booktuber. So I have plans, like I've got quite a list of themed reading vlogs and secret TBR videos that I would like to do, that I'm really excited about. I just have to find the time to do it. So this actually worked out really well. I was quite proud of how I did. I did quite a few of these, and I'm excited to continue this on my channel because I think these like secret TBR and themed like reading vlogs are really fun. So yeah, I had never done this before, but I was really proud of how I did. The fourth one is to read more mysteries. I don't read a lot of mystery books. I think I did this? I don't actually know. I'd have to like chart how many mysteries I've read throughout the years, but or throughout the year, but thinking about like the mysteries that I've read, I read quite a few in like the fall. I really got into Agatha Christie this year, and so I read quite a few of hers. So I think making that like a priority to make sure I read more mysteries, and just kind of like accept that like sometimes I'm in the mystery mood and sometimes I'm not, I think helped. So did I read more than I would normally? I don't know, but I did read more than I think I did the year before. So I'm gonna say yes on this one, because I think I did read quite a few mysteries. I just don't know. Like, it's still a pretty low genre on like my genres of like, you know, how many books I read of like fantasy and romance and things like that. It's still a pretty low genre with like the, you know, quantity that I read, but I think I did a pretty decent job at trying to read more, especially in the fall. So I'm gonna give that one to me. I'm not a huge fan of like scary books, so like horror, totally out. Thrillers are okay if they're not too bad, but mysteries are usually totally fine for me, and I would just like to get around to some more because I have some on here that are really, really cool books that I would love to get to. I just don't make mysteries a priority, and I should. So that is a specific reading goal that I really want to get to this. I'm not sure I made them as much of a priority as I wanted to make them, but again, I think I'm going to give it to myself because I did read quite a few when I wouldn't normally. And my last goal for the year is actually 2 and 1, and that is to read more physical books, and kind of in the same vein is to slow down. So I must say no on this one because I discovered really, really quickly early on in the year that if I wanted to read the amount of books that I wanted to, if that make any sense. If I was going to actually get around to reading the amount of books that I was setting on my TBRs and the amount of books that I really wanted to get to and was really excited about, the only way to do it was through audiobooks. So the point of this was try to read more physically, which, I mean, I still did, because there are quite a few books that, like, I couldn't find audiobooks for, so I had to read physically, or I was buddy reading and there was only a physical option, so, like, it forced me to read. But I don't think I did this one really nearly as much as I wanted to, because I was more focused on really, like, I felt like I was the year before really focused on the number of books that I was reading and not what I was reading, whereas this year, I think some books I did get the I'm just gonna rush through this book so that I can just say that I've done it. But most books I read because I was interested in them, and I was plowing through them because I was loving them so much. And even if it was an audio, that was really the only way I was going to get through some of these books that I wanted to get to, because of, like, my life schedule. It just doesn't allow me to do that, because the only time I have to physically read is the weekends, and that's also the only time I have to, like, socialize with anybody, to, like, hang out with my husband. So it isn't as practical, I think, once I got into the year and realized it. But I definitely didn't do that. So I'm giving myself 3 out of 5, which I don't know what the math is there, but I think it's a passing grade. So did I do great on some of these? No. Also, I just didn't know, like, I wasn't set in my schedule yet, so I was trying to do things that I couldn't do yet. And I wanted to slow down, and I was actually enjoying them, so I didn't need to slow down. So I'm okay with this. Was it the best I've ever done at my goals? No, but, you know, some of my goals did change throughout the year. But yeah, that is a look at the goals that I had set for this year and how I did on them, which was meh. But stay tuned, because, again, like usual, I will have a 2022 goal video that will come out at the beginning of the year, just to kind of keep in mind of, like, some of the things that I want to go into next year with. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please let me know down below if you had any goals for this year as far as reading, or if you had any, like, life goals you want to share. I love to know those. If you hit those, how you did. If you didn't, that is okay. You know, sometimes we don't, and that happens. But if you liked this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun bookish links, so don't forget to check all of that out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!